Hi, welcome to our webinar. Anna Bamande is proud to be your local mortgage finance expert. Anna has been dedicated to serving the greater Baltimore area's mortgage lending needs for thousands of satisfied clients since 2014. She is a board member of the Maryland Mortgage Bankers and Brokers Association and chairperson of the Future Leaders Committee. Her commitment to the highest levels of customer service has become the basis for industry training programs, including a rigorous coaching curriculum and educational modules designed for partners and clients. Randy Pomfrey has been in the real estate business for 13 years now, having closed and overseen thousands of sales all over Maryland. Currently, Randy serves as the chairperson for the Education Committee of the Greater Baltimore Board of Realtors and serves on the Ethics Committee as well. Being a teacher for 12 years, Randy believes in educating his clients. He can be found teaching classes for the Board of Realtors as well as in Hartford and Baltimore counties. He holds a national board designation for teaching. His favorite thing is educating clients about the process so they know what to expect from beginning to end. Randy has designations in short sales and foreclosures, workforce housing, and ePro, and has a master's degree in information technology. Randy and Anna's previous work as educators comes through in their mutual approach to the client experience. Their favorite thing about working with clients is educating them about the process so they know what to expect from beginning to end.
I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to watch our intro on how to be a homeowner. We put this together to help people like yourselves go from just being interested in being a homeowner to actually being a homeowner in as little amount of time as possible. We've actually helped hundreds and hundreds of people go from exactly where you're sitting today to actually home ownership, and we have the reviews on Zillow to prove it.
Yeah, thank you for taking the first step towards making your future a better future. I'm Anna, I'll be your lender, and this is Randy, he'll be your realtor. And we're going to take you from being interested in homeownership to actually taking action to becoming a homeowner.
Yep, and you're going to need 4 things to actually get you started. You're going to need a lender, a realtor, and you're going to need a little bit of money for a down payment, and you're going to need a pretty good credit score. And Anna's going to tell you a little bit more about that. She has a story to illustrate it.
Yeah, so a thing that holds up a lot of first-time home buyers that they're concerned about is money and having enough money for the down payment. I have a story that kind of speaks to that. I had a client who she was a single mom of 2 little twin boys. So as you can imagine, saving money was not easy for her to do. And so she had saved up money. She was going to move apartments. She'd saved up just enough to make her security deposit for the new place. And she had about $1,500. So fortunately, she got in touch with Randy and I. And instead of wasting that money on another apartment where she would just be giving the money away to a landlord, we were able to help her purchase a home that is the perfect place for her and her little boys. She's got a yard. They've each got their own bedroom, finished basement. And this was all just for that $1,500. What would have gone towards her security deposit ended up being her down payment. And now she's a homeowner.
Yep, great story. And we do stuff like that all the time. So Anna, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you do to get everyone ready financially?
Sure. So we work together on 4 main items. The first thing is one that makes people nervous sometimes, but it shouldn't, and that's checking credit. So there's a lot of myths out there about you need perfect credit to buy a house and you can't check your credit and things like that. Those are all myths. You don't need perfect credit to buy a house. You do need decent credit. But a lot of people that I talk to who are really not sure if they have the credit to move forward actually are ready and maybe just don't realize that they've already done what they needed to do. Some people are not quite there yet, in which case I work with them to come up with an action plan to get them from point A to point B of where they are now, what their credit scores and credit profile look like, to how can they get to the point where they'll be ready to qualify for a mortgage loan.
Yep.
After that, I work with them once their credit's ready to go. I work with clients on gathering all the documents that will be needed, like pay statements, taxes, bank statements, stuff like that, and review them so that I can issue what's called a pre-approval. And this is basically telling clients what price range they can afford and what monthly payment that will look like. So by the time they're actually going to look out at homes, they know that, okay, this house is going to cost me this much money per month, and I'm comfortable with that, so that, when you go out and are seeing homes, you're shopping in a price range that's realistic for you, that you really can handle before you fall in love with a place. And the last piece of that, going back to my story about the mom and her little boys, was with down payment. Some people have money saved for down payment, which is awesome. Some people have retirement funds available or have gifts like wedding presents or just gifts from a family member that they'll use towards down payments. But in most cases, with most first-time home buyers, that's not their situation. So I'll work with them to help figure out where they can get their down payment from, what sort of government programs are available for them to take advantage of to make up their down payment.
Yep.
So that's really the first step on everybody's journey to homeownership.
Thanks, Anna. And that's definitely the most important first step. And as the ancient Chinese proverb goes, the first step is the most important. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Most people make the mistake of never doing anything. Our job today is to empower you to take the first step towards owning your own home. I have a story to share as well, kind of the opposite, but it's a happy ending. But I have a relative who worked on fixing his credit himself for the better part of about 5 years. And after 5 years, he finally was able, credit-wise, to be able to buy a house and saved up the down payment, and it all worked out in the end. But the moral of the story is it doesn't have to take you 5 years. It would take you 5 years if you are doing it yourself and you don't have a professional helping you. Anna can usually get it done for you depending upon what your situation is in like 3 to 6 months. So in 3 to 6 months from now, you can be buying a house. Here's a little example video to show you what you'd be missing out on by waiting those 5 years.
You can be one of those people. And our goal in meeting with you is to help you put a plan in place to achieve your goals of becoming a homeowner.
And once you've received the thumbs up from Anna to move forward, then the fun part begins. Then we get to go start looking at houses. And that seems to be America's favorite pastime. But now you actually get to go look at them instead of just browsing for them on a computer.
In person.
Yes, inside, the whole 9 yards. So here's a brief overview of what we do once you've received that thumbs up from Anna. First, we meet to discuss everything you need to know. We go over everything you need to know, all the costs that are associated, give you an upfront overview of everything. And then we go over everything that you are personally wanting in your home. We go out and look at some homes. And when we find the one that's right for you, we place an offer. Here, your pre-approval is essential. Without the pre-approval, you're just sitting at home looking at houses because you definitely need it to be a spectator and to be a participant, not a spectator. It's easy to be a spectator. Sellers are actually requiring this. So the time you spent with Anna upfront is essential and time well spent. Once your offer is accepted, you're on your way.
You're on fire, baby. Woo!
From here, Anna works with you on your loan application and Randy works with you through the inspections.
And then in about 30 days, you are ready to go to settlement and get the keys to your new home.
And we love it when people wander in our office off the street with perfect credit and a briefcase full of money and they're ready to buy the next day. But we realize that that's just not the reality.
That happens all the time. No, it does. That never happens. Most people have some work that they need to do to get a plan in place. And that really gives us a lot of satisfaction is in meeting with people just like you and helping them come up with a plan to get them from point A to point B, like I said, to help them become a homeowner, make their dreams a reality.
Yep. And our last slide just basically goes over some of the differences between owning and renting. So While you're looking at that, let us help you today or tomorrow to get started on your path to homeownership. The first place to start is to call or text Anna directly, 410-652-3215. Again, 410-652-3215. Lock in your future right now by giving her a call.
I look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks. Have a great day.